All right, welcome back, friends. It is day 15 today, and we are in Second Peter today, chapter 3, verses 8 through 13. Do not forget this one thing, dear friends. With the Lord, a day is like 1,000 years, and 1,000 years is like a day. The Lord is not slow in keeping his promise, as some understand slowness. Instead, he is patient with you, not wanting any to perish, but everyone to come to repentance. But the day of the Lord will come like a thief. The heavens will disappear with a roar. The elements will be destroyed by fire, and the earth and everything done in it will be laid bare. Since everything will be destroyed in this way, what kind of people ought you to be? You ought to live holy and godly lives as you look forward to the day of God and speed its coming. The day will bring about the destruction of the heavens by fire, and the elements will melt in the heat. But in keeping with his promise, we are looking forward to a new heaven and a new earth where righteousness dwells. Our devotion for today comes from Reverend Edward Schureur. Are you good at waiting? Recently, I signed up to give blood to the Red Cross. I went online, found a nearby donation site, and selected a time that fits my surprisingly busy life. But days later, when I checked in at the chosen hour, I was told to wait. There's an unexpected delay, they said. This is terrible, I thought. Nevertheless, I quickly came to my senses because I was carrying a smartphone and earbuds. In a moment, I was listening to a recorded book while continuing the online crossword puzzle that I had begun after breakfast. What's my point? That's what Jesus was talking about in the text for today. Being productive while waiting. The day of the Lord will come like a thief, Jesus said. In other words, we don't know when it will happen. It will be a surprise. But Jesus' main point is not when the day of the Lord will be, but much more importantly, what we do while waiting. Live holy and godly lives, Jesus urges. At first, this passage might seem to do with the apocalypse rapture, Third Reich, restoring blood sacrifices in the temple, or similar mysteries, but let's not go in that direction. The larger issue is to purpose productive lives. While we await the day of the Lord, let's continue Faith Church School Supply Program. Let's distribute more winter coats to people in need. Let's provide nutritious food to families in crisis, all to stay productive while we wait. God's irresistible light will shine through our deeds. More people will be drawn to the Spirit of the risen Christ. How? By planning now to make good use of all the time, including unexpected delays. Thank you, Reverend Schureur. Thinking about this passage, a couple of things are interesting. And I like the point of how do we spend our time in the waiting, but I love the section here of why the waiting is happening. And we have that way back in verse 9. The Lord is not slow in keeping his promises, as some understand slowness. Instead, he is patient with you, not wanting anyone to perish, but everyone to come to repentance. I think some want to rush the day of the Lord to get here. A lot of the prophets, including Amos, kind of say, hey, you don't really know what you're wishing for. You really don't want that. That's not the thing that we want. We want to avoid its coming and prepare for its coming to get people out of the way of the destruction. I mean, think about this for a minute. when a hurricane is happening and it's coming your way, and it's a Cat 5. I'm just going to say it's a Cat 5, because maybe a Cat 4 you think you can endure, but a Cat 5, most people reasonably are going to say, I don't want to endure that destruction, nor do I want to go in afterwards and see everything that really happened. So if you know it's coming and you're waiting, what are you doing in the meantime? Well, a reasonable person is going to try to help everyone get out of the path of the way of it. And that's what we're called to do. That's what we're called to do. We are called to, in the patient waiting of God, help get everyone out of the path of the perishing that is to come. So what are you doing? How are you living? In light of that, or thinking, like some do, it'll never happen where you are, so why bother to do anything? All right. Hope that gives you something to think about and reflect on as we continue our Lenten journey.